Hey everybody! Welcome. It's SpyParty Competitive League Season 5, and this is week 2, and also we have one match from week 3, but it's live, so that always takes precedent. And it is technically week 3, so that's nothing wrong with that. And oh yes, I have casters here with me. I've got Catnip,
Hello, everyone.
and then we have Yeesh returning once again to cast. Say hello, Yeesh, if you're here. He's on mute now. Never mind. All right. So we're just
I'm
gonna.
sure
He'll come back, hopefully. Anyway, we got a live match starting off here. Let me pull up some picks and bans. We got. Let's see. Here we go.
Yes.
All right.
So
let me look for them. All right, here they are. Oh. All right, so here we go. I got the picks and bans. Looks like Quicklime got the first choice to ban, and he banned Veranda.
That's my kind of person. I like that. I approve.
I don't know much about either of these players anymore, so I'm not sure if that was a targeted ban or just the normal ban. But either way, the second ban, or first ban from Max, and first and only ban, is Pub, which is a map I enjoy banning as well. Good pick.
Yeah, so from what I recall, pub is only 3-5 areas,
Yes,
right?
it is 3-5 this season. Last season it was 405,
Okay.
or 407, but either way, it's
Yeah,
it's a
so
rough
there
map.
might be clear preferences for big and small
Yeah,
maps and vice versa.
yeah, and so we'll see how actually. Although, yeah, actually, I think you're right because the first pick out of Quicklime is one of the other is a very similar map, which is High Rise, also a 305 map. So Max could only stop one of them.
That is
Yeah,
true.
All right,
when you don't have that
Yisha's
many
here.
maps to ban, I am here. Yeah, when you don't have that many maps to ban, then you're gonna have to give up something. So
Yeah.
deciding that high rises might be a little easier to play than possibly pub.
All right. All right. Anyway, next up, the second. Oh wait, let me scroll back up because the fans left me. Okay, next up we got library. All right, and then we're just gonna run through these pretty quickly because they're itching to start their match here. So yep, so we can see the big and small map thing going on here, and then we may get to see some TN if they make it this far, which typically we make it this far. And then the final pick. Actually, this is kind of a weird. This is kind of breaking our theme here. Final pick is balcony out of Max. So apparently, there's one small map he approves of. Although maybe they won't get that far.
Yeah, it's always the wild card, but overall, at least from Quicklime, there seems to be strong preference for smaller maps over bigger ones. So with that balcony pick from Max, it might seem that it's Quicklime biased map set, but we'll see and we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll just have to. Their players are almost getting ready to start this match. Max has 3,000 games. Quicklime only has 1,000 games. I don't think these players have played before much, but I know both are extreme. Quicklime playing a bunch of games for the Star Chamber that ended up deciding people's placements, and Max has always been
Oh,
active.
and we are
So,
starting now.
there we go. It's gonna be a close set for sure. I would have to give the edge to Max here, but we'll have to see if Quicklime can pull it out on these smaller maps. And
Okay, so we're just.
yeah, we're starting off just general going to flirt with Irish at the start of the game. This is a pretty big conversation, and we'll have to see how much Quicklime can punish maybe these early flirts. But Max taking his time before flirting, not wanting to get immediately caught out.
Yeah, and overall, knowing the tendency of AIs flocking towards the active conversations, it doesn't seem that weird for him to come there. So perhaps Bert pairing isn't that strong as one may think. Who knows?
Yeah,
Too early to
absolutely.
tell yet.
Important to note is that Inspecs is turned on, so if an AI does go to the middle statue and two-cycle the statue, that meaning they pick it up, hold it up once, and then do the same thing again, they will have the Inspect mission completed, and that's going to be very difficult for Quicklime to be able to hold the shot on. That's usually a big tell that the person completing Inspects is the spy.
And don't seem to have much. Ooh. We don't have much progress as of yet, but it's quite normal for this kind of film. Just going to flirt again at statues.
Yeah, Quicklime probably going to pick up this highlight on Max for the completion of Inspecs. Ooh, but Irish also going to complete Inspecs. That's the first AI to complete this mission, so that might be a difficult thing to deal with if you're Quicklime. He's gonna have to pay
Well,
very close attention to that character.
well, it's not completion yet because Redhead went to the side statue, and General has only 2 statues out of 3. But it's definitely something to note for later, in case for potential or real other progress.
And that's a really clean BB. We just have Alice out of conversation, and yeah,
Ooh.
Irish going to die there for completing Inspecs. That's just what happens sometimes. If Inspecs gets completed, gonna be tough. Your thoughts on
Yeah.
that shot, Cap?
No, I think with banana bread having happened, perhaps a bit too early because it's doubtful that flirts would be finished yet. But if you suspect a potential bug or go through there, it's quite understandable.
Yeah, for sure. We're about to get kicked off on this next game. So we'll see if Quicklime as the spy can respond. He also decides to leave Inspecs on as well. So going with the same metagame, hopefully an AI will also complete Inspecs for him.
Yes, and it seems we do have the same missions off, which is the standard set for high rise.
And just starting off here is Teal. Probably going to go pick up this early flirt. We do at the windows, so that's going to be pretty good, especially since we'll reset our flirt cooldown as fast as possible. And we hit a green test as well, but we get highlight for that. Really nice highlight there. Oh, we get back down neutral light. Must have just been a mistake. For a second there, I thought that was a highlight for flirting with Taft.
Yeah, seems that it was just a misclick.
So on this map, Kavna, do you like just hanging out for a while until your ST gets done, or how do you prefer to play this map when you're the spy?
Usually, I'm still known for sort of finishing and being active overall, and that's probably what I go for, even though I still. Oh wow.
Yeah, right there. Max taking off his laser on boots did not like that at all right there.
Yeah, I always like when the players show that to the casters, whether it's live or played before that. And not sure if it's purely for us, but it's definitely entertaining.
Important thing to note here, Quicklime picks up the print. The ambassador has been to a variety of different locations so far. I know there's a statue print and now another book print, so we'll see how on top of this Max is.
Yeah, and it seems we're about to finish our flirts and potentially do a banana bread, though with 2 people out of conversations, it's not that great of a decision. There are double agent leads as well, so that's out of the table, off the table rather.
Yeah, now we've got about a minute 30 left. Looking in pretty solid position with flirt done. We're not highlight yet, so I think we can definitely complete missions depending on how clean that first print was.
Yeah, and considering Toby is offering a drink to the master right now, but he does not take it after all. he does go to a bookshelf, which gives us a second print later.
Yeah, totally. And now Quicklime only with a minute left. He's going to be running out of time if the double agent doesn't get in. So this is kind of a desperation moment. And the ambassador takes the book with him. I don't know if Quicklime noticed that, but there might be a print here anyways.
And there it was, a difficult one, and we don't get it, unfortunately. Um, what
Yeah, this is
else?
going
I
to be
mean,
very tough now to finish. You need the ambassador to return the book, but you might not have enough time now. And the double agent's still not cooperating. We might need to rush a mission here towards the end.
yeah, desperation bug at the end of the game is always an option, but on this map it's very risky, though, you know, if you go to desperations, or you might just try to frame.
Yeah, as we see there with the fake BB, unfortunately both SDAs out means that Max 100% knows that this contact was fake. Just the DA not cooperating with what Quicklime wanted to do.
Yeah, and it seems he still wants to shoot Booth, even though he knows banana bread can't be real. And we do end up running out of time. I think it started very well, and Quicklime made good decisions. It's just later the party didn't collaborate enough.
Oh yeah, the replay shows Boots doing a very funny briefcase path. Might have to look that back after the games are over, but did a pretty crazy path at the start of the game that I can understand why Max thought was extremely suspicious.
All right, and we got little audio hiccups here, so I'm gonna just disconnect and reconnect real quick. Give me a second. Okay, maybe that worked. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Nope, I guess not. Here, I'm gonna quit out of Discord fully, and then I'll come back. All right, give me a second, everybody. Oh, and the game started. That's fine. All right. Well, I'll catch the game real quickly. We got, good old Papa Danger. Oh yeah, and let me give Quicklime a second win. All right. We'll be
Let's
right
see
back.
if the
Okay.
massive reconnect helps.
Yeah, I don't know. Still sounds a little choppy. I'd probably need to restart the stream to get it fully better, but we'll go with this.
The show must go on.
And we will do our best to make it so.
Yeah, starting off, nothing's really happened. You haven't missed much. Max has been idling this whole time, and now he's a decent distance away from his seduction target, so going to take 3 or more flirts in order to complete this mission.
Yeah, starting with 28%, which is not ideal, but I mean, we already had him in that convo, and it's a behavioral map, so might as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a player-based strategy, whether or not you want to be super aggressive with those flirts. Right now, Max taking it pretty easy, not wanting to get highlight for any potential early talks.
Yeah, and this is a map where you usually do idle quite a lot, and a lot of people try to watch the party and see whom they could frame. Like earlier, you asked me about my game, so I'm still usually active. But Noob usually yells at me that I need to not be so and instead frame others. So I think this is the map to do so.
Yeah, BB coming off, that was a relatively decent BB, although the SDA was out of conversation. So Max actually going to pick up the highlight. Assumed real BB is decision for that. There's only 3 people that had an actual BB there. And now going for statues. Maybe this is an intention to finish this mission. We'll see how it goes now that he's highlight. Quicklime did shoot somebody for completing inspects in the last game, so we'll see if he does that again.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. I mean, you get up a highlight. A good idea to have statues just in case you need something for the last, 20 seconds or so, or just to lose a little bit of heat and then, not finish the statues but make a sniper wait before shooting for that.
And now we're going for the fingerprints, so potentially we leave Seduce off the table here is Max's decision. He might need one green flirt and possibly doesn't want to risk that. So instead, going for Prince is maybe another out in case he doesn't hit the green here.
It does seem that he wants to at least try as he cuddles up next to the seduction target.
And hits the white. That's going to be really difficult to complete missions now. You're going to have to inspect and print. The ambassador did just take a drink though, so we have that opportunity if we want it.
Yeah, but not at this time. You need to time it.
Yeah, and on high rise, it's probably one of the worst time adding maps in the game, so going to be quite difficult.
Yeah, it did end up as a green time ad, but with this, there was only one person, and the window per leveling is not enabled. So it has to be the statue person, especially with the
Yeah, and Quicklime
thing.
waits a little bit and then takes a solid shot. Unfortunately, just that early flirt, not being able to make enough progress, and then the ST bailing one of his flirts really slowed down Max's progress on completing that mission.
Yeah, very much so. So right now, Quicklime is up to 1, I believe.
All right, so now really quickly before this, let's all disconnect from this real quick and then reconnect. Hopefully that'll fix it. That seems to be a suggestion. All right, try it one more time to fix this. Hello.
Hello, casting.
All
Hopefully
right.
this works.
It still sounds not great, but nope. All right, it could be OBS screwing with stuff. I don't know. I'll look into it after this match or during this match. All right, go ahead, guys and gals.
Yes, I restarted the Discord. Hopefully that makes some sort of difference.
Yeah, I did too. Unfortunately, it does not seem like we're going to have the highest quality. We'll try to figure that out after this game. Sorry about the technical difficulties. But starting off with this game, we got Quicklime with a nice close white flip. Another thing to mention too is that Quicklime is in a pretty good position to bug here. We call this play the reverse bug. When the ambassador walks by your character, you can bug if the ambassador gets close enough. So maybe Quicklime trying to do that, but with the ST leaving, that leaves like all of our cover.
Yeah, it's
Probably don't.
very open. Yeah, and I would probably say that even before it was a bit too risky, especially Smallman being the character a lot of people are paranoid about. He's gonna be watched.
Oh yeah, for sure. Smallman, one of the probably the most suspicious character in this, extremely good.
Yeah, one of the newer additions, but making reputation very quickly. It seems we're just doing some more idling without even partial progress. Um, Almost could be another timeout potentially.
It could be. It seemed like we were waiting, hoping our ST would rejoin us, but no dice. And now we pick up a briefcase with no print, so wasting even more time. But hopefully now we can get our second flirt before the ST leaves, and we get that just in time.
And lovely. So at least that's good. 2/3 progress for the flirt. Not sure. This is where where it would be iffy to decide if it's enough progress or not. We're lined up for a bug, so we might be very well spectated for it.
Oh, we did a really funny animation cancel there. He accidentally went to go grab another bug, but ended up moving in order to cancel it because that would have been a hard tell if Max had noticed that.
Yeah, doesn't seem it was noticed from the sniper side, so that's fortunate. If we do finish up flirt, we still need 2 other missions with 55 seconds left, and while contacting double agent is a quick one. Oh, RST seems to be in trouble if we wanted to. Oh,
Very
sorry.
interesting path there by Quicklime there. But yeah, as you were saying, now with these missions, Softel's, Inspect, and Prince, they take time to do. And now you have to complete Double Agent along with that. Gonna be tough for Quicklime.
Yeah, and you don't really want to do center statues at the end of a high-rise 3-5 game within the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, we
Or
go to a
should
side
you?
statue, pick up a highlight, but we don't even go for the Inspects. Quicklime determined to go for a timeout here, it seems like, or possibly a last-minute bug.
But still, that's only second mission, so that wouldn't count.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised he didn't even try for a banana bread frame a bit earlier and went to the first statue visit instead. I think
All right, and
that's
with that,
what
was that
really
another Quicklime win, or was that
that was a max win because
yeah?
Quicklime timed out. So 2-2 right now, I believe.
No, it was I had it
3-1.
wrong before. It was 3-0 before. So now
Yep,
it's
we had the miss shot with Quicklime as the sniper, and then we've had 2 timeouts, both from Quicklime, and then Max
oh,
did
so it
end
is
up getting
tied.
shot.
Okay.
It's 3-1, 3-1 Max.
Oh, is it?
That's correct. Quicklime timed out twice, and then
Oh,
Quicklime shot a civilian once.
no, but Max is okay. Oh, I guess I got it backwards.
Okay, it
I
seems. Yeah, I miscalculated.
yeah, I thought Max was the first spy.
Yeah, he was, and
Yeah, and he timed out.
civilian shot happened on the
Oh
first
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Quicklime shot
I guess I
Irish
got it
for
backwards.
completing Inspects and DB.
Well, catnip was the closest to correct, so Ponoop's theory about NA boys
Even
being.
the EU person got it incorrectly.
But you were close. You were far closer.
And now with a huge change in map, library probably like the complete opposite of high rise.
Yep.
Yes, very
But
different map, very different
yeah, but this is
strategies in
This is
mind,
Max's
and
pick, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be opposite.
Yeah, we'll have to
true.
see.
Yeah, hopefully Quicklime can accumulate a couple more points to even things out.
Yeah, library being a map where you must be active, but the sniper can only see a third of the map at all times, since they can't move, they can only see a third of the map on their screen at a particular time, so their mouse movement is super important, and the spy needs to get away with things off screen in order to have a chance at winning this match.
Yes, and yeah, laser lag is. This is probably the map where laser lag is quite important usually, or ends up being important.
Yeah, an important thing to note is that as the spy, you can see where the sniper is looking at all times. So if you see the sniper maybe hovering over one place for an extended period of time, maybe you can rush a mission while the sniper's not looking.
Yeah, quite an active and a bit unusual start, I would say. We started with a time ad and a banana bread.
Yeah, and we
Possibly
went.
trying to. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. We just went for the BB split there. Looked like we were fishing for a low light. Often that can happen if the sniper wasn't paying attention. Maybe he thinks you were out of the conversation when BB happened. And fishing for the low light did not get highlight or low lit, so no reaction there from Quicklime.
Yeah, only 2 lowlights from the banana bread, so
Yeah,
apparently better in reality than on paper.
oh yeah, definitely a great banana bread on library. Uh, Quicklime also might have been able to take a few more lowlights, but probably wasn't 100% sure of what who was out as a conversation.
Yeah, and quite a lot of us, if not all of us, know the pain of bad banana bread low light, especially in competitive setting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You don't want to lose to that. But back to the action. Max transferring behind the pillar, it was completely hidden, even though Quicklime was directly looking at it. Just Twin was completely hidden. So really nicely done there using the cover given by the map in order to get a mission. So now we're going to only need one more of those, and we'll have that all done.
Yeah, and I'd say we're quite in a good spot time-wise. We have banana bread done, we have 2/3 of floor done, we have 1/2 of microfilm done, and we still have 2 minutes 20. I can't idle for much, but still in a pretty good spot, I think.
Yeah, and here we go taking the book out again. I think we might even see the same play again, which would be hilarious, except we're going to the other pillar. Yeah, and even with Quicklime glancing at it for a second, Twin is almost entirely behind the pillar again, so really nicely done getting that mission taken care of.
Yeah, very much so. And the safety came off on just didn't seem on someone specific, perhaps just accidental one.
Seems like he's hovering around Cowboy quite a lot here. Maybe thinks he's extremely suspicious, but deciding to be patient, that's the right. But we'll see, maybe we'll end up seeing a Cowboy getting shot later in this game.
Yeah, he's one of the two highlights. No much suspicion on any other party goers, it would seem. Obviously the question is, does Max realize it?
And we end up purling again behind the pillar, which is kind of hilarious. Max using the pillar to its full extent in this set. No reaction coming out from Quicklime though. I don't think he's seen it. No highlights, no lowlights yet.
Considering where Toby was on the screen just like 7 seconds or so ago, I'd say Quicklime should have noticed it, or at least now, but perhaps just very unsure. Oh,
Oh, and
book
the
finish.
wrong arm bug while Taft does a rotation there. That is an extremely risky bug, but that is really nicely done there. That bug was very surprising, but just ended up bouncing perfectly with Taft so that his arm was facing the other way. Really well executed bug there by Max. Was visible, but that's going to be really hard to see. You don't expect that kind of bug.
Yeah, you have to be expecting that in advance and looking for it, and even then it's possible you wouldn't be 100% sure.
Yeah, and Max even had a drink right before it, so Quicklime's brain is probably saying, "Oh, he had a drink. He can't be a noob. He once that drink's gone, I mean, he's going for it." So really nice there.
Yeah. So Max is extending his lead. Very good performance so far from him.
Yeah, it seemed like he got a little bit too focused on Cowboy there towards the end when the purling happened, and then maybe realizing he couldn't have done it, and was not quite sure who could have, so ended up just being sort of lost there in that position. With 2 hardtails completed, going to be tough there to bring a neutral eight back to the top.
Yeah. Well, with the new game, well, the next game rather, fingers crossed that Quicklime can reproduce this.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Max took great advantage of the pillars last game, using them for great cover. Let's see if Quicklime can do the same here. He just decides to put the book back though. Does not want to risk going for a hardtail this early. Maybe he just wants to play it cool for a while.
Banana bread.
And
This
goes for
sort
the
of
early fake.
was that a misclick of some sort? Again, the action priorities because a flirt has already happened.
Maybe, not quite sure, but maybe fishing for that early low light since he knew he was just with his ST. Maybe hoping to get low lit by Max for that.
What? Oh yeah, Max really wants to shoot Alice.
Yeah, dropping the briefcase behind the pillar once again, wanting to shoot somebody for doing some weird briefcase shenanigans, but he held the shot last time. Let's see if he can do it again this time.
Yeah, it seems we're just safely and steadily continuing with flirts. So in comparison, at this point of the game of 230 and 220, it was Mags had a progress of a mission and 2 half missions done. Here, Quicklime has only 2/3 of one, but we did have a time end in the last game, so
Yeah,
our
very
ST is
true.
beaten.
Yeah, unfortunately though, the flirt cooldown not entirely gone yet. It is based on proximity, so the farther away your ST is, the faster it goes down. The max it can take is 45 seconds though, and unfortunately our ST was just way too close to us in order for that to go down
Banana
fast
bread.
enough.
Yeah, it expired just as he was leaving, and this time real banana bread, which should
Yeah,
give away quite a few lowlights.
and it does. So now with those two BBs, you've given up a decent amount of information to the sniper. It looks like we have 7 lowlights besides the cast members. So now we've got this whittled down to about 10, and we're highlight now with no hardtail
I
completion.
see only 5 lowlights at the moment, plus the 2 forecast members. But anyhow, that's still a decent amount to eliminate. And we are struggling with time. Quicklime, while on high rise, that could have been put on the map, and 3 of 5, allowing to be a bit more idle for this fight. On this map, yes, you have more time, but you have more things to do as well. So
Yeah,
time is crunching.
seems like this might just be something with Quicklime Spy. Every single Spy game so far has led to a timeout, so it just might not be feeling like the missions are connecting right now. He was only at 40 seconds, so some big plays are going to have to happen here in order to complete these last 2 missions.
Yeah, flirt is done. So banana bread, one of the quick ones, is done. Full inspects is done. Purloin and quick direct transfer of microphone potentially.
Yeah, that might be the
But
only option here. Oh, we went for that. Just barely out of range. If we had that bug, we might have a solid chance of winning now. But now, with only 10 seconds left, looks like a timeout is going to have to happen in order to stay in this.
yeah, and it needs to happen at this point, I'd say.
And yeah, Spy gonna run out of time there.
Oh,
Leopard does have a very long watch animation, so that does make also time ads last longer too. It takes about 3 seconds for Leopard to time ad.
yeah.
So not gonna be able to get that off in time.
The thing is, that time at action test was green, and that's why it hurts even more.
Yeah, that would have hung the clock at 0, would have been extremely helpful because Max would have been in a position where he's not going to know what's happening really. It could be a green purloin, it could be a green swap, or it could be the green time ad. It was probably going to be unlikely that we win that game since we were highlight, but it would have at least put a little more pressure on the sniper.
And match has ended. Wait, is that it or there?
It can be. It's 5-1 for Max, so
Yeah.
12 games in total.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I wasn't sure if the rules for this division was different, but I think they are maybe they're having some issues. I think Quicklime was
yeah,
saying he
earlier.
had some keyboard issues. Maybe that's
Oh
continued.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
just
perhaps
just coming back, we're going to be okay
Alright.
here. Max on the spy now. He had a pretty nice game with abusing the pillars. Let's see if Quicklime can adapt to that and start maybe using the tilt mechanism more. You can use Q and E to tilt and maybe get a better view of these microphones behind the pillars.
yeah, that's assuming that Quicklime watched the replays, which one should usually do.
Yeah, watching the replay in a competitive set can help you get an idea of the other player's tendencies as spy or sniper. And if you've done any preparation, it can help confirm whatever assumptions you've made about that player so far.
Yeah,
So
or
watching replays super helpful.
yes, or at the very least, like quickly going through them, just for a couple important plays. started the window and just taking the briefcase. It seems for a fingerprint.
Yeah, aggressive print this game. We haven't gone for prints yet as Max being the spy. So going for this right off the gate. And Ambassador is going to have a lot of time now to touch a lot of different objects. So now Max is going to have plenty of opportunities to complete this mission.
And we're able to just get into another mission progress with Flirt at the bookcase. And we start with 33%. That's the standard progress.
And here's the perfect example of the sniper's laser being on the left side, with Toby and the Ambassador being all the way over there. Not much reason uh, for Quicklime to move his laser over to the right. Maybe Max can get away with something during that time.
Yeah. For example, direct microphone, which almost seems that he wants to, because he's directly moved to the other side of the map, and there he goes.
Yeah, that was a really nice example with the Ambassador and Toby now on the right side instead of the left. Max exploiting that by immediately shoving the book in. That would be 100% a spy shot. But in this case, it's a very nice mission.
Yeah, and we get full inspect, so Max starting quite aggressively on this map, which I like.
Yeah, you think we're on good pace here, Catnip, to complete?
Yeah, I mean, very much so, yeah.
Yeah, and now we just need 2 flirts, and we are going to get a print here from this book. So now that's another mission completion. Do you think we end this game with a contact Catnip, or do you think we go for just a different mission besides that?
I say do partial flirt, then contact, then finish off with the flirt. But these two missions would be in my head, because Banana Bread seems to be, well, the least risky, as it were.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. That's as long as the DA cooperates. Heading to
Yes.
the blue books now. If the DA does not stay in conversation, Max have a backup plan here in order to win.
Yeah, I think my personal backup plan would be Purloin. RST is at least collaborative. That convo enter, though. A little bit of an ew.
Oh yeah, that path not going to help Max too much. But now this is the point in time where you need to do another mission.
Oh, and that bug.
Yeah, bug was super nice and decide not to go for the. Oh, he does just go immediately for the contact shot. Oh, the Quicklime just trying to
Doesn't
get low lights.
seem
Doesn't
so.
go for it.
Yeah. Um, it's interesting. I probably would have guessed to finish Flirt a little bit later, but considering we had only about 40 seconds, it depends on the collaboration of VST, and you're coming back to the same convo pretty quickly, so I wouldn't say Banana Bread was a bad option. It definitely worked.
Oh yeah, for sure. The bug was not too bad. Quicklime was looking at it and did potentially see the palm, but just maybe not looking at it or did not think that Duke was the time for it.
Yeah,
So
or
now,
perhaps he wanted something else. If he missed the microfilm in Sniper's head, Max needed to do something else still to finish.
right. So now, 6-1, Quicklime is up against the ropes. He's going to have to reverse sweep here, which is probably one of the hardest game. Really difficult to play that well for that long, but Max has done it. He pulled it to 6, so Quicklime can definitely bring it back.
Yeah, I've
Eh,
seen. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that was starting off with the bug. We're not highlight for it. Like this is already a great start. We've been timing out every single time so far. So now Quicklime's starting off aggressive. I think this is a great chance to turn it around.
Yeah, that seduction progress isn't very promising, but hey, you take what you get.
Banana bread.
Okay, quite a few lowlights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the moment. However, that does include us. Which seems to be great, and we go for full inspect at once.
Yeah, that low late gonna be huge. I think Quicklime, we might even see the first spy win here, and now, and it's a hilarious comparison. We barely had 3 missions at like maybe 45 seconds on the previous game, and now we have 3 missions.
Yeah,
Like,
with
and it's already we're making great pace here.
and we're low lit.
So yeah, great start for Quicklime. We just need to get one more mission clean. What mission would you go for here, Catnip, if you're trying to possible clear Lilith?
Possibly microfilm, but then it would depend of how much heat do I think I have. I mean, now I can see that Quicklime is low lit, so potentially the Purloin would do. But if I had assumed standard, suspicion on myself, I'd probably go for microfilm. Though personally, I get shot for that a lot, so I don't know for sure either.
Yeah, if you're Lilith, one of the benefits being that microfilm does not leave a trace. So oftentimes the sniper is not going to be able to catch a low light doing a purling or a swap and then shooting that low light uh, in like the last hope desperation attempt.
True, if it's a direct microfilm, then usually it's not noticed unless the character is being watched. So, yeah, great position. But we might be able to finish fingerprint here depending on what Ambassador does next. It's definitely a decent option to have in your plans just in case.
Yeah, now going to the green bookshelf, I think this is actually the only print that's available right now. The ambassador hasn't been as actively recently, so and he takes it out with him. We might just end up going for this briefcase instead.
Um,
And we do. We're gonna have to hit it difficult now. This is running close to timing out again.
oh, and we didn't finish our flirt. Oh, it's turning so badly. Bug is already done. You have to finish flirt, and then I don't know, desperation swap.
Yeah, you have to time that now. You have no time to get anything done. Yeah, quick, I'm
Oh,
gonna
too late.
time
No,
out
no, no, no,
again
no, no,
to
no,
end.
no, no, no.
And that's it. He goes out like that.
That's the painful way when you're at what was that? You're at 212 and you have half a flirt and you have 3 missions done in your low lit. That seems like a spy win, but Quicklime not able to find the last print or a consistent print in time.
Maybe not
So,
so Quicklime now.
right, slow lime for timing out every single spy game this set. It's definitely something he'll have to work on in the future.
Yeah, and
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know it hurts me right now for that, and I'm not even invested in this game, practically invested in this game's outcome, or
Yeah.
in I'm not great friends with the players as such, so that you would root very strongly for one of them, but it hurts so much already. Well played by both, though. I think Quicklime might just, look at this and see that he needs to be a bit more active for the next set. It's still only week 3 game, so there's definitely enough time to catch up for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Quicklime had a bit of unfortunate luck on the previous maps too. High Rise and AI did complete inspect and was talking during the YPB with a real double agent. So really gonna be tough to not shoot that AI there. And then just not the mission's not falling in place for him. So not the end of the world for Quicklime for sure, but definitely some stuff he can work on there. Well played there, Max. Though he took great advantage of those opportunities and played a very nice library game, taking full advantage of the cover given.
Yeah, using opportunities from the game and just from the set, as it were, the map set.
All right, now I'm getting that was our live match. I'm getting ready for the first match played earlier from this is week